Welcome back to V-Roll. Today is Tuesday, which means our Trending Tuesday, where we look at the single and sealed product of Pokemon cards going up in price. Let's dive in. We have Surging Sparks, of course, has been on the trend upwards. Although a lot of those single cards have been coming down, the sealed is still on the rise because the scarcity is there. I don't know if it's just FOMO or hype or if it's a little bit less printing going on, but people are really into this set. Booster boxes are well over $200 right now. $207 looks to be one of the lower listings here. Yep, the lowest I can find on TCG Player. I've seen it out there for less than this on different sites. Different card shops might have it in similar or a little bit lower pricing. You got to take a look. It's hard to find booster boxes on this one. Elite Trainer boxes, I came across a shelf with probably 20 of them on them and a Target recently, so they're definitely out there. I wouldn't be paying this price here at almost $60 on the box for an ETB, regular ETB. Obviously, Pokemon Center version is going to be different, but the regular ETB at $60 seems a little bit high considering you're going to see restocks going on throughout the holiday season. You just need to start learning when your local stores, Walmarts, GameStops, and Targets and things like that, when they end up doing restocks. If you have a game store near you, a small LGS, talk to them. See if there's a restock coming in that you can kind of get on a wait list, or just know that you could try your hand at it when it comes in for them personally. Surging Sparks Booster Bundle going out at $36, buck shipping, okay, 36, 37, somewhere in there. There's this tiny little dip down from the past week or so from at 38, but still, we're looking at a little bit higher prices. It took a while for the 151 Booster Bundles to get up to this price, which they are now exceeding that at this point in time, of course, but interesting to see how popular Surging Sparks is, and it's a predicate to how popular the entire Pokemon market boom is at this time anyway. Continuing on in Surging Sparks, going to Build and Battle. These popped up. They were on Pokemon Center for a few days. A lot of places were selling them online. It seemed like, okay, maybe people aren't going that crazy for it. Sold out on Pokemon Center, and now every store has been selling out of these rapidly because it contains Surging Sparks. You're going to see this. Any little collection set that has Surging Sparks in it is going to get a little bit of a boom out there. These are retail for $22. So we're not that far off from it at $27, but it's still overpaying MSRP. It's a little bit hard to swallow sometimes when you're dealing with that. Greninja back from Twilight Masquerade is back in the climbing portion here. We had that big shoot up to 320. It came back down to 300. It seemed a little bit more realistic, but I'm surprised it's actually in that climbing phase considering the Pikachu is taking such attention away in Surging Sparks. So interesting to see this one still has legs. It's still carrying on. Love it or hate it, it's going to be in the $300, $350 for a while here. So that's where this card is at. Just the point out the facts here. The Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box of Twilight Masquerade. I was surprised to see this one shoot up so much so quickly here, and there's not a lot of sales. So the sales have been moving. Better get it sooner rather than later. And I thought, hey, isn't this still available on the Pokemon Center? Actually, it's not. They just recently sold out on Pokemon Center, and that's why we're seeing that price jump up. The Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, they're exclusive. They only have so many to go around, even though this isn't the most exciting promo with that Pokemon Center stamp. If you're going to go for the full collection of Pokemon Center stamped promos, this is going to be one you're going to need. So it's just something to consider in your collection journey, if that's part of it and what you want to do there. Going on to some alt arts here, the Umbreon VMAX just seems to never slow down right now. I can't believe the bar graph behind how many sales are taking place in these crazy skyrocketing prices. I mean, the fact that just about a year ago people were paying $540 and not a lot of sales happening there, and then as it started climbing up about 6 months ago, getting to that $900 range, you're getting 10 sales a day happening, 3, 6, 10 again, getting under that $900 range, and then it's just climbing where we're getting in the 15 sales there. But really, as it's shooting up to the top, almost 20 sales, getting up into this $1,400 range. Really crazy. This one's wild to watch, and it tells me something about certain cards from an era, which is a little bit of insight on how that Greninja and how that Pikachu might go. Maybe those not alt arts but SIRs, those special illustration rares from Prismatic Evolution, might perform. So something to keep in mind on that. While this is way beyond my price range, obtaining some of these other ones in a more reasonable price range may be worth it. You can't predict the future. Nobody knows the future, but it's something to think about in your collection journey if you're going to go for it. I have long been contemplating, should I sell off a piece of my collection, a bunch of my invested seals, things like that, to go trade in for graded certain cards, specific cards that I can have graded and hold them for a long time, slabbed for the reason of them being slabbed, although I've had some back and forth internally to decide whether or not slabbed is the way to go. And that all spawns from another subject that I won't bore you with now. That's for a later date, another video I have in mind. But really just trading up for specific individual pieces rather than holding on to so much sealed product of a certain set. I don't have that much really, but having 2 booster boxes of every Sword and Shield era and then 2 and in some cases 3 booster boxes from Scarlet and Violet, is it really worth it for me to be holding those when I can trade those in and go get some really big hitter cards and just have a really tiny but really niche, really solid collection that I might enjoy a little bit differently, and do that with no cash transaction, just trading in on this, you know, selling it off, getting the cash and go buying it, sure, but really just trading my way into a different style of collection. Something I've been thinking about lately, which really makes some of these crazy prices a little bit more feasible, a little bit more possible, that you could do that and take that step. Not easily, but you know, put in a little effort and you can get there. Latias and Latios, I'm surprised we're not seeing this slow down that much. I thought we would with the new SIR and IR pairing, the fact that those go well together, although they're in one card here, so that makes a big difference with the GX series here. We go over to the Rayquaza V Max, again, Evolving Skies. A lot of money out on Evolving Skies here. Very expensive set. Not at its highest of 542 rather, but you know, 467. Making its climb back up. Not a lot of sales recently in this higher price range, so it might be doing a correction from that May boom and also re-leveling out at its new price point in that 450 range, at least for the near future. So we'll have to see. A lot of these should have slowdowns, to be honest. With this time of year going into the new set of Prismatic Evolutions, we should see sales slow down on some of these more expensive, rarer cards to get. They're further out of print, further away, and harder to find even in different pack opening experiences. You're not seeing these in collection boxes too often. That's why the Target ETBs were such a big hit. It was kind of a last-ditch effort at a really incredible price to get that. How it was handled a lot of places, very disappointing. My local Target putting a limit of 1 per person was fantastic and smart. I mean, that's the safest play you can do. Gengar VMAX going in at $420. That seems crazy. They got a little bit happening here, and they're much lower, so that might be worth entertaining. But again, with these prices, I don't think I'd be the kind of person to go in blind without any pictures, not knowing it all. That could be way off center. Who knows? It could be a lot of things going on. Their version of near mint might not be what you're thinking. And these price brackets, I would definitely not take that kind of risk. But this gives you a good gauge to go off of, and where you can go find it elsewhere on eBay or in another game store at a trade show, something of that nature there. Gutina V, I was thinking I'd see this one tick up a little bit with the Lost Origin boxes coming out, maybe even leveling out, but it's not like a lot of boxes came out with the ETBs. There were 6 per display, and that was like per store. I don't think there's multiple displays of it, so very low allocations when you're thinking about it, and most people are either buying them to flip them. A lot of scalpers taking on this one, and then other people are buying them to hold them, not really going for the pack opening, so it's not bringing a lot of Giratina Vs back on the market or in addition to the market. Gengar and Mimikyu GX, back from Sun and Moon team-up era, just at $600. A nice spike at the end here, but is that really that $600? Looks like $350 seems more feasible there. $490, $600. Well, if you're the only ones with it, you can set the price wherever you want. So the market might be one thing, but it's changing because of availability, and those sales are what's going to make that happen. Magikarp and Wailord GX, I remember seeing this for $60 not even that long ago, a couple years, and thinking, you know what, maybe it'd be fun to have. It's just a goofy Magikarp card, definitely an alternate art version, interesting, and now it's $300. So maybe my gut was right telling me that would have been a good idea, but you can't win them all. You can't win them all, and just be happy with what you got, because it's a big thing out there, big collection journey. We're in at almost $275 on that one. Going to Evolving Skies, the booster box, we're not quite at $1,000 for the box yet, but a nice steady climb here in the past month and a half or so, maybe a full month. The last month, it's a nice steady climb. That's the kind of climb I prefer to see, where there's a little bit of a rise going on. These big shots up make everybody a little uneasy, a little uncomfortable, what's going on with the market. But then when it starts doing just a steady climb, it kind of has a more stable investment piece to it. But once we get to that 1,000, it's just going to be one of those little pat on the back for those of us who were deciding to hold the 1 or 2 boxes we got, and not selling it out too early at like the $700 range. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where Well, if it's at 1,000 now or close to it, what's it going to be like in another 5 years? Is this one that I'm just going to hold for the long term and see if I can gift it to my children, and if they're into this, they can go crazy and be the ones opening it and pulling nothing? I don't know. We'll see. We have the celebrations kind of making a comeback here, and it's probably because we're getting close to the 30th anniversary in 2026, but also there's a boom and a little bit of nostalgia built into this set with the Classic Collection. Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection tipping over $400, but on a crazy, crazy spike up in just a matter of a couple weeks here. Absolutely wild how early October to this point here, about a month, and it made a $100 swing. That's pretty incredible. I don't know if people just got on board with this, or it's a bunch of new collectors coming in and they want some of those unique pieces before it's too late and too far gone. I don't know. Maybe comment down below with some of your theories. While you're at it, I forgot about this. If you're going to be commenting down below, you may as well like and subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway. Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to one lucky winner, 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots for 5 additional winners. 8 winners overall. All we got to do is get to 4,000 subscribers. Take the extra step. Yes, I know it's another step after this video. Go leave an additional comment on the original posting of this giveaway, so it's all compiled in one place, and I know where to pull the giveaway winners from. Go over to this video here. That's the one where you're going to leave that additional comment. Now back to celebrations. We have gone through the Ultra Premium collection, but we still continue on with some other stuff here. This was the Prime collection. It was only available on Amazon. It's been kind of all over the place in the past few years of it being out, but it's been a pretty steady climb over this last year. Nothing crazy, no wild spikes like that UPC, but gaining a little bit here. This has a collector's chest in it, some jumbo cards, a few other things, and it just made it a little bit more unique, something a little different. The box itself is kind of neat too. Going into the Pokemon Center ETB wasn't too amazing. It had a few little extras, not like extra promo or anything like that, but a lot of packs, 13 celebrations packs and 6 other TCG packs of the Sword and Shield era. So nice little spike here, and I don't know if there's Evo Skies in there or something, but big spike here, getting it up to that 111 and really close to its high in the past year. So we are on the climb for that one. Same with the regular ETB, just coming in shy of $100. Looks like a little dip down here recently, but could be the few sales, and also people have to be a little bit more selective about where they're going. But we're at $92.50 here on this box. Now you bring that over to 151, a little bit more modern, but definitely sought after, and more so than Celebrations in my opinion. The UPC is at 234 right now. Just pretty crazy spike. This is the boom we're talking about right here. We had a boom back in May with the alt arts. Now we have a boom, just anything Pokemon, especially hot items. Celebrations 151, getting those Pokemon Center ETBs. There's a little bit of a common thread. The little higher highlights, they're really coming in with the Surging Sparks boom and the Prismatic Evolutions explosion we're about to see. The Pokemon Center ETB still climbing and tipping over the 220 range here. So we're at, we're almost at 230, getting close to that. It's about 230 on the lowest end there. So this one's still climbing, going up, and the regular ETB is no exception, coming in at about $100. So 107 looks like our normal for this one lately here. Lastly on the list, just the booster bundle. We see this with Surging Sparks getting that crazy hype, but 151 because of the availability, and we see that there's no real big influx to the market for the holidays. We're only going to see that Blooming Waters collection coming out in February. Yes, it's going to be a lot of places, but I don't think it's going to be that easy to get a hold of. And at $60 for the 12 packs, it's not amazing. It's just a little better than all these wild prices right now in this boom market here. But $60 we're looking at for just the box of 6 here. So pretty crazy times. Back to reality. Sometimes we got to take a break and enjoy the market and see where it's at. Maybe these are in your wheelhouse to pick up. Maybe it's just to see where your collection's going, or it gives us insight of what can be happening soon. Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to one lucky winner, 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots going out to 8 winners overall. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell because I post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.